Hi, Mike and Havi. How are you guys doing today?
Doing
Good,
For
great.
good.
taking the time.
Yeah.
Good to hear. So we got a couple questions that we wanted to have you guys share about to some buyers who may be interested in your unit. So
Sure.
first questions, couple questions, just to ask about your experience in the unit itself. But first off, let's tell us a little bit about yourself and your family, and how long you been in downtown Jersey City for now.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Mike, my wife Javi. We moved to downtown in 4 years ago. So we've been in the apartment
Mhm.
4 years, and then also not pictured today is our daughter Sadie. And so
Mm,
this was the apartment that we became a family in, which is really exciting for us. So we're a
what a
threesome.
milestone.
Yeah, we're a little gang of three, soon to be a gang of four, which is why we're leaving. We're sad to go, but we're growing into the suburbs, which is terrifying. But that's where we're heading. Our time in JC has been great. We've lived a couple different lives here. When we first got down here, we really loved being in the thick of everything, right? Proximity to all the bars and restaurants, Newark Avenue.
Downtown Jersey City.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Just kind of taking it all in. We came from New York. We were in, Brooklyn and then Manhattan, and we moved out here, got more space, and really embraced the community. And then the second half of our time was with a baby, and we became a new family and embraced the different side of Jersey City, which I don't think either one of us truly anticipated or expected. But
Mhm.
the new parent and the parent community has also been great.
Mm. What's your favorite memory that you have?
Our favorite memory.
I've got
I feel like per what you just said, we have favorite memories from before having a kid and then favorite memories from after having a kid. But you got
Yeah, no, selfishly, my favorite memory is when we brought our daughter home, and it was the first
Uh,
time that we brought her in, and we truly became a family.
Mhm.
And we've had so many wild experiences with her. Prior to that, I would say, the parties that we threw at our house, and the proximity to Newark Ave. We were respectful of our neighbors, and we can talk about that. But really using our apartment as sort of the springboard into a night out. So, having
We had
folks.
come from a small apartment in New York City and having a lot more space and having people be able to come over and just, using our apartment because we're so close to downtown Jersey City, using our apartment as the
right.
starting off point and then going out. And,
Yeah,
you know,
we love to host.
yeah, so it's always been nice.
It's where the party starts and party ends, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. So next question is, so after all the partying is kind of over, the next day, where do you guys head over to brunch to get the day started?
Mm.
Oh,
What's the one spot that you would go?
there's so many options
It's a
that are
loaded question.
there's so many amazing brunch places, all 5-minute walk from us. If you want like a boozy, fancy brunch, there's Latham House. If you want a family-friendly, like yummy brunch, there's Skinner's Loft. And then there's always O'Reilly has a mariachi band at their brunch, which is around the corner. So that's always fun.
Yeah, and then those are all great. And then also, we go into New York a bunch too. So, like I said, we were in Soho
Right.
before, and so we've kind of been fortunate to be able to keep some of our old spots, down in Tribeca, Soho, whether
You're
it's
so close.
heading to Bubby's or we both love the Grey Dog, so those places are really easy as well. So we've kind of capitalized on both, but
Yeah.
the Jersey City, within 90 seconds, there's so many great spots.
Yeah, there's no limitation really.
Yeah.
Let me switch it up then. Let me ask, because I guess favorite spots may be a little tough because there's so many great spots, but what are the 3 spots that you most frequently went to?
For brunch or overall?
Let's go overall.
Overall, I'll start with Pet Shop. So it's a bar on Newark Avenue. We really love it. We got to know the owners of the bar. We actually had our daughter's birthday party at the bar. They're really cool people. They've got an awesome backyard, and in the basement they have an organic wine bar. So kind of 2 different vibes depending on what we're feeling or the people that we're with. That's definitely a favorite spot for me.
For me, I feel like we're really fortunate to be close to so many amazing parks. And so some of the favorite places, since we've had our daughter, has been just being able to like walk outside 5 minutes and go to this amazing park that's big, and a lot of them have farmers markets, and just being around, the nature of the city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So someone coming in from, say, never stepped a foot in Jersey City or even New Jersey.
Okay.
Where would the first place? Where would you take them? The first place you take them?
Oh, again, there's so many places you can.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this depends if this is an eating, drinking excursion or not. I mean, I would say never stepped in New Jersey. First time here, I would go down to the waterfront, because the Manhattan views are second to none. And, I lived in Brooklyn for a bit. And so I've had that sort of side of Manhattan, and now this side of Manhattan, and the Jersey side is better. And so, that's something that, it's one of those things when you show people the skyline for the first time, or even just having those views, running along the water, so awesome.
Yeah, it's funny how the best views of New York are in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
I'm originally from Massachusetts, and that was something that I was kind of shocked about when I moved here.
So what any hidden gems or anything that in particular Jersey City, or maybe even the building, that you'd want to share with a buyer, that would be something that this is what you really appreciate about the unit or the building?
Yeah.
Well, the hidden gem, I think, for our building is the fact that everyone that lives in our building is super respectful and super accommodating and super friendly. We've never had any problems. Being in a smaller building, I think definitely has its pros. And I think it's really nice that, we know our neighbors, but at the same time, we don't
like our neighbors.
Right, we like them.
Not only know we like
nobody gets in each other's way. Everybody is like friendly, but also keeps themselves. So I think that's definitely a plus, a gem for our building for sure.
Yeah, I would second that. And to me, that's really reflective of the Jersey City community, which is something that we never got in New York. You would see the faces in your neighborhood and kind of recognize people, but we never really got to know people. And whether it is, knowing all the people in our building, which has been great, or like I mentioned earlier, we got to know the owners of the pet shop bar and made some good pals there. I would say if you embrace the Jersey City community, it really is a nice little tight-knit community. They'll embrace you back. And we've really done a good job there, both with, restaurant tours to other new parent friends that we've made. That's been something. The other hidden gem, I think Liberty State Park is a hidden gem. And, it's great for just a day out. It's really awesome. Again, the views of Manhattan are second to none. And to have that really massive open space so close has just been really awesome.
Yeah.
Well, those are actually a great tips to someone coming in that would be really enjoyable for any buyer, essentially, whether it's a community or the building or actually, the whole entire region, essentially. Do you guys have, if you had a piece of advice, let's go to the younger versions of you guys, the pre-baby and the post-baby.
Yes.
What kind of advice would you give a young professional or young couple without kids coming in? What would you give them as advice? And then for a new family like yourselves, what would you guys say?
I'll do the new family.
Okay, I'll go first. And the second thing, if it's someone coming from New York, it's really embrace Jersey City, because the community here is incredible, and it's very tempting, and it's really easy to get back into New York, and we do that all the time. But some of our favorite places have kind of shifted from New York to Jersey City. I keep mentioning Pet Shop. That's a true favorite of mine. It's there's a beer garden a couple blocks from us, and just embrace the community and because there's just, everyone's really nice, and it has that sort of small town vibe, even though you're so close to New York.
Gotcha.
For the parents,
yeah,
I think it's kind of along the similar line, but just knowing that if you want to, or even if you don't, but if you want to, there's so many classes and experiences and new mom meetups and things that you can do. So just know that you're never at a loss for things to do with your family in Jersey City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And not to exclude anyone outside those categories, any advice that you would give to them, someone coming in, maybe someone's downsizing or anything like that?
I think there's so many different people in Jersey City that you'll always find your niche. Like I don't think
Great
that
response.
you're never pigeonholed to yes, there's a lot of new families and yes, there's a lot of young couples, but I walk out the door and I see all different kinds of people and everybody, I've never had a bad experience in Jersey City.
Yeah, I think the diversity of experiences that you can have is great. And, downtown offers so much. When you start to leave downtown into other walkable areas, there's great Indian food. And, not to mention Pet Shop again, it's a vegetarian kitchen, which is not what I like and not what I would, if you said, hey, go to this place, it's vegetarian, I wouldn't typically gravitate there. But having, gone there and met the people, there's just great people. So yeah, the diversity of experiences just within downtown is incredible. So, I would encourage, if someone was coming in today, with an unfamiliarity, I would say, check out all the parks, check out all the restaurants.
You'll find your people.
Yeah. Even the local shops, there's a bookstore on Newark Avenue that, the owners and folks that work there are just incredibly nice and everyone's just really friendly. And so, the more open that you are to the community, we found the more open that they've been back to us. And, we're two people that like to gab and talk. So we've done a good job making a lot of friends.
But again, to your question, like we're social people, but if someone's coming in and they're just looking for like a private space, I think our apartment offers that as well.
Oh, so, yeah.
Like if you want to find a place that you just want to call your home, like the open layout and just being able to have the 2 bedrooms and, you're on the second floor. So you're not looking out and being around, there's not people everywhere. You can also find your secluded spot if you wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, to that end, if someone was just seeking, proximity to New York and that was the main motivation, we can be in Tribeca in under 15 minutes. And, I work in Midtown and that commute is really easy. And I've kind of navigated a few different paths to get me to Midtown every day, just to kind of switch it up and keep it fun. But if you're someone that's seeking, just New York or a place to sleep, or you want to maintain your New York life, I mean, it's really easy. And, we still go into the city all the time and, we're going to shows and games and, our old bars and our old friends, our old friends, our current friends, we still love them that are still, that are still living in the city.
They're watching you guys now.
Yeah, we still see them.
It's the best of all worlds. It really has treated us right. We're very sad to leave.
Yeah.
Just a random question. Do you guys use the city bike, the station right down the street from you guys?
We have bikes. So we use that.
Okay.
But yeah, exactly. But that's something, we store them in the basement and, it's great. But we do know folks that use the city bike program and, it makes it really easy to go up to Hoboken or like I mentioned, a lot of bikers in Liberty State Park. Back to the little tips, there's actually a really good bike store in downtown that does rentals. And so, the city bike is great from a commuting standpoint. But that bike shop is so friendly if you want to just, do daily rentals. And we've done that before with friends just to kind of go ride around all day or, ride over to Liberty State Park, head up to Hoboken, kind of follow the water and just have a nice day out.
Sounds really nice, especially on a day like this where the weather's out.
Yeah.
Great. Once things get back to a little bit normal. But what do you guys think you guys will miss the most?
Oh, geez. I feel like we're going to miss everything, but one of the main things I think I'll miss is being able to have a really great sized apartment so close to New York City. Just, it's like you have your own little spot and at the same time, everything you need is right out your door, like right at your fingertips. And you can also just go to New York City, like the convenience of it. Really, I think I'm going to miss that the most.
Yeah, same here. I think that's really fair. That, it's a 2-minute walk to the path. And so, that proximity and access into the city is going to be different for us moving to the suburbs. We're not going to have that anymore. And just, I'd say the range of experiences within, a few minute walk, the different types of restaurants or bars, things of that nature, parks, like Javi mentioned.
And the farmers markets are amazing.
Yeah, things like that. All the different pop-ups on Friday nights. They do a music, it's kind of a mini concert. So right at the path. So things like that.
Wednesday too. They do it on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's called Groove on Grove. And so, sometimes we'd head down there on an evening and just, kind of sit outside and listen to the local bands. Think just all those little community vibe feels. The city does a really good job of sort of fostering that community where if you want to go into New York, that's great, but you don't have to. And there's really all the things you can do in Jersey City, which again surprised me when we moved there. I think when we first came, my expectation was, proximity to New York, great. We'll get to keep going in and live our own life and get more space and, own our home. But the pleasant surprise was sort of all the things and all the friends that we've met along the way in Jersey City.
Mm-hmm. Well, guys, that was a really great snapshot of life, culture, and kind of, how lifestyle or someone's lifestyle could be in the community.
So.
I know, you're making me feel nostalgic.
I
know. Well, so thanks for taking the time, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jen. All right, bye-bye.